Yo, 1, 2, can you hear me now? Listen, I've been going ham. I'm gonna sit out here and do this all over. Can y'all hear me now? I've been going in for a good half hour. Thank you, Crystal. Yo, can you hear me? Nobody, and see, this is what I find funny. Those who've been watching, you never said no sound. You didn't post in the comment. You gotta at least post in the comments. Say no sound. Nah, I'm messing around. See, that's a toxic trait. That's a toxic trait. That's up to me to check my sound. I thought I had my sound together. But it's okay. We gonna come back with it. Yeah, we back. We back. Listen, everything that you missed, I'll run it back together. Listen, we talking about toxicity. My question is, are you toxic? Put it in the comments. Is it me or is it you? Is it me or is it you? Have you ever felt like you were trying to avoid conflict, to keep things from happening around you, right? But issues keep happening in your relationship, in all these things, right? In your relationship, in your work relationships, in husband and wife relationships, right? Brother to brother, cousin, family relationships, right? You can't avoid them because they keep happening to you. But what if it's your common denominator? But I want to know, what if you're the common denominator? But my question to you is, this is what I want to know. Is it me or is it you? I want you to post in the comment. I want to know your answer. Am I toxic? Is it me or is it you? Is it me or is it you? I know I've been on here for a minute. I know the football game about to start for the fellas that be watching football and whatnot. You already know I want to watch it. But I want to ask you that question. Am I toxic? Is it me or is it you? Yo, which one is it? I'm going to give you time to answer. I'm going to give you time to go in. Yo. Yeah. Listen, what's going on? Let me see all my people watching. I'm going to shout out my people. Tamika Holmes. What's up, cousin? All right. Adrian. What's up, Roger? Pastor Roger Green. Pastor Court. What's happening? Listen, this is my question. Am I toxic? Is it me or is it you? Yeah. I think my sound, do we sound okay? I just want to make sure. Am I sounding all right? It was me in the past. Listen, look. I hear you. I see you. I want to know. I just can't wait to post. I want to see everybody posting. Are you toxic? Is it me or is it you? I know 9 times out of 10 I know your answer. Oh, we sound good now. Okay, good. We in there. You know, y'all, I've been going on for about a half hour not knowing that the sound was off. The sound wasn't right, but we here now. We ready to ride now. So, you know, there's things, if you miss, I know you missed some things, but there's some things that I do want to talk about right here. Listen, let's establish this. Let's establish some signs of toxicity, right? Let's establish some signs of toxicity. This is how you know if you're toxic or not. Do you have a victim mentality? These are some things I'm going to cover. Are you controlling? Are you manipulative? Right? Do you dabble in abuse, which we do not condone? Right? Do you throw guilt trips? Woo, that's a good one. Are you good at having a passive aggressive attitude? That's another good one. Right? And you know, this is this is the hot button word. Do you love to gaslight? So, if any of these are you, do you have any of these traits? If you have any of these traits, guess what? You toxic. And my sister said, just like my sister said, I think we're all toxic at times. Listen, I know you have a good heart, my sis, because when we actually do a self-analysis and we look at everything, we say, hey, yo, I was being toxic. This thing does not escape anybody. It doesn't matter if you're black. It doesn't matter if you're white. It does not matter who you are, what you're doing. It don't matter where you're from. We all have toxic traits. Why? Why would you say that, Shalanda? Why would you say it's me? It's me. I'm toxic. Why would you say that? Because the Bible says we're born in sin and shapen in iniquity, meaning we have pride. We have, right? We have things in us like passive aggressiveness. We play the victim role. How many of us play the victim role? How many of us run around here and be like, quit gaslighting me? You know, that's the new hot button word. Quit gaslighting me. You trying to make me feel crazy for what I'm saying. Yeah, I understand there's a definition for that, but we run, we run with these definitions and go with them. But my whole thing is like this. It's just like my boy Mike. Mike, he was in a relationship. My guy Mike was in a relationship, and it seems like every time, no matter what relationship he was in, right, it just wouldn't work. What we come to find out is Mike asked me, and he did a self-reflection. He was like, man, what is going on? It just won't work. I just won't, I can't stay over here with her, and it's just not working with us, and it'll work for a little bit, then it'll all fall apart. What is that? What it is, a lot of the times it's you, bro. It's you. You never want to take accountability. You want to push things off on everybody else, right? You want to be manipulative. You love to argue, right? But this conversation is not just for those who are watching. It's for me too. That's the thing. I have toxic traits. I have toxic things that I do sometimes. And what I have to do, I have to make a conscious decision to say, no, I can't do that. Shalanda, you wildin'. Step back. Take a look, right? Change your perspective. Have empathy. Set goals to say, let me try to understand. Let me try to give a little grace. Because when we don't try to give a little grace, what happens is when it's your turn to receive grace, right? You may not receive that same level of grace. So I'm saying with this question, am I toxic? Is it me or is it you? This is a conversation not just for me. It's for everybody that's watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe with this. Social Remedy TV is not about gatekeeping, right? We're not about controlling situations. We're not about holding information and hoarding things. Man, listen, I'm about helping my people get better. If I have information about how you can do X, Y, Z, and how you can go here, and how you can do some things, yeah, listen, I'm going to give you that information straight up. Come holler at me. You want to learn how to podcast? You want to learn how to do some things? Come holler at me straight up. I'm going to give you that information. Why? Because I want you to be better. I want my people to be better. I want the culture to be better. Sometimes I look at the culture and be like, I can't stand the culture for real. Because we make certain things the standard, and it's like, wow, man, what's going on? What's going on? But it's okay. My question to those who's tuning in tonight, and I appreciate Karen Court being honest. She said, I think we all can be toxic at times, right? And she said, it's been me in the past. 9 times out of 10, a toxic person, how they're going to answer, they're going to say, nah, it ain't me, it's you. That's how you know they're toxic. Number 2, a lot of times, toxic people, they will not apologize in public. They will not apologize in public. Even though they've done something wrong in public to you, right? or to do, they will not apologize in public. They're like, nah, I'm not doing that. Why? Because they can't see you. They can't show that side of them. They can't show that side of the vulnerability that they can mess up. And I'm gonna tell you who's guilty of that. It's a lot of leaders that's guilty of that. It's a lot of leaders. Secret. It's a lot of leaders that's very guilty of that. Super guilty of that. I did this to you in public, but I won't say, nah, I won't holler at you and be real with it. I won't be real with you and be like, let me apologize in public. Why? Their apologies can't be sincere. And I'm gonna tell you their response. This is the response that you'll get when you bring something and say, yo, man, this is how you did XYZ, and I think we need to rectify this, right? What they'll say is, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Like you did something wrong to them, or like you crazy for bringing it to them. Wow, yeah, that's real. It's real rap. Yeah, it's real rap. And then not only that, they won't apologize to you in public when they violated in public. They did the public violation, right? They won't apologize in public. They won't, you know what I mean? They won't rectify that in public. They won't do that. And then let's talk about this other toxic trait. Competition. You got leaders in competition with their people. You got there's places where competition, we don't have room for competition, and competition should not be in certain places. Competition should not be in church. Competition should not be in your relationship with your wife or your husband. Competition shouldn't be in relationship with your friend, right? Friendly competition, I get it. Y'all race, y'all have fun, all of that. But why is it that when I'm telling you about an achievement that I have, your face turn up? Or you steer the conversation back to you? Let me tell you how the conversation looked. Oh, I'm a sell. Oh. Here you go. I'm getting up. I'm telling you, yo, I had some wonderful things happen this week. Blah, 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 blah. This, that, and the third. And they was like, oh, you know what? I did too. But, that's fine what you did. But, this is what's been happening to me. Never giving you time to talk. Never giving you that moment to have that conversation for real. You know what I mean? They always steer the conversation back to themselves. They'll give you, and this is how the sneaky passive aggressive ones would do. They will take the conversation and they'll give you a compliment. They'll flatter you. Then they'll tell you a story about themselves and how they won and how they achieved. That's how it go. That's how it go. That's how it go. These things, you're in toxic relationships where you have husbands and wives in competition. You have toxic relationships where you have girlfriends in competition with their boyfriend. There's no place for that. There's no place for that. We got competition in the culture, right? I grew up I'm going to tell you, I grew up around competition. Look, the fact of the matter is, this is how we say it. Let me show you what it looks like. Yo, I just bought these new J's. Watch me stun on them. Watch me stun on them. Oh, that's not competition. Yo, you ain't. I got the new ones. You don't. These are things we grew up with. Or this is how we'll say it. Yo, this is how I was brought up. This is my environment. This is a part of me. This is, I don't want to change. Yo, sometimes competition will destroy your relationships. This is toxic. This is toxic. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yes, I'm talking to you. Absolutely. And I know there's some people watching right now that's like, wow, you wildin'. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Am I toxic? I'm going to ask you a question again. Am I toxic? Is it me or is it you? Really, and you've heard what I said, and I'm gonna tell you, I'll read what the Bible says about toxic and manipulation, right? He said, let me tell you the fruit of this. Let me show you a sign. He said in James 3:16, he said, for where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, where the people are like, yo, I got mine, and I'm trying to do everything to have mine, step on whoever. I don't care who I hurt. I don't care what I do, right? Right? I show no empathy. I show no love, because this is how the culture said. We show no love because you can get eaten. Don't show no love. Look, he says, wherever jealous and selfish ambition exists, there will be disorder in every vile practice. So a person that's manipulative, selfish, and ambitious and jealous, they do things in the dark, and when you uncover it, you will find every vile practice that follows them. They will do everything to tear you down. They don't care what it is. They'll do anything to get ahead of you. That's what control and manipulation is. And you like, yo, I ain't even doing that to that person. They don't care. You're in their way. You're in their way. Yes, you toxic. You're toxic. Passive aggressiveness, controlling and manipulative. Yeah, you toxic. You petty. You toxic. See, I'm gonna tell you, this is for me too. How I'm toxic is sometimes I can be petty. I can be super petty. I can get in my feelings. I can shut down. I can be super petty because I want to get back. I want to get back at the person. I love the clap back. And this is what you have to do, though. You have to submit yourself to God so you can move with a humble posture. Because if you don't, you'll find yourself clapping back. You'll find yourself talking crazy. You'll find yourself destroying relationships off of things that you said and the things that you do. Because you lack empathy. You don't care. Because that's your defense. That's your automatic defense. I don't care. This is the way I was brought up. I'm just saying, yo. I'm just saying. This conversation right here, man. It's a real conversation. If you don't want to have it, it's all right. If you don't want to have this conversation, it's cool. It is cool. But what I'm telling you is, we need as a culture, as a people, right? We need to stop, take a look, change our perspective, have a little empathy, try to understand people instead of just judging, instead of just talking crazy to people, instead of running for the clap back, right? All of that. And you understand, you got to listen to what I'm telling you, because we're destroying relationships. We're destroying people. You don't think you are, but you are. And you'll find yourself alone. You'll find yourself alone. I know I ain't going to take a shot at somebody. You'll find, I'll just say this. You're going to find yourself alone. You won't have the same people. You won't have the same circle. You'll just say, it's just me and God. Yeah, it's just be you and God. But God didn't intend that for you. He's given us relationships and stuff like that for us to go through life with support and help and community. But when you toxic, and we don't want to own and be accountable for our toxic traits, you destined to be alone. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Can't nobody help you. You're destined to be alone. I know you hate to hear it. But real quick, I'm gonna go to a commercial break. But we'll be right back, and we're gonna finish up this conversation.
Thank you for tuning in to Social Remedy TV, but I have a quick announcement to make. Check it out. As many may know, I'm a graphic designer, videographer, cinematographer, right, and filmmaker. So a lot of people have been calling me and actually been DMing me about what type of equipment are you using to get the look that you have. So what I decided to do is to give my Social Remedy TV community a link to be able to fill out the form and get the consultation and the help that you need. So please do not forget to fill out the link below, right, if you're interested, and set up your consultation now. All right. Thank you for tuning in. God bless you. Have a good one. Peace.
Yo, I'm back. Yo, we back. We back. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry about that, y'all. I've been having a little technical difficulty lately. It's okay. Yeah. My fault. Yeah, my fault. My fault. We back. So, my question to you is, my question to you, my friend, is, am I toxic or is it you? I know I've been working on we've been having this conversation and looking at some of these signs, but one of the things that really messed me up when I started looking at some of the signs and some of the behavior is, yo, I love to debate. And what I have to do sometimes is back up and not look to be right in the moment all the time. Sometimes moments are not requiring you to be right. It's requiring you to listen and empathize and change perspective. You don't always have to have something to say, even though you're right, even though you're right in what you want to say, right? Sometimes it's time for you to just be quiet and observe and observe. And so a lot of times when we get, when we want to debate or we want to do, we always want to be heard. That was one of the toxic traits that I have, and I have to work on self about. Sometimes I always I struggled with wanting to be heard, right? And then when I'm heard, right, I have something to say and I release it. I be like, it's just a lot. And then I'm releasing a lot of what I'm saying with emotions attached to it, the emotions of rejection and things like that, right? So what I have to do and what I found that worked is I pause and take the emotions out of it. Do I need to say something at this moment? Do I need to be right at this moment? Nah, Shalandon, don't move like that. You cool. And 9 times out of 10, when I take those breaths or when I get quiet like that, and when I'm just reading and seeing, everything reveals itself. It works out in the end in my favor anyway. So sometimes I think a lot of times when we're dealing with toxic people, we love and I'm telling you I'm telling you, Dylan, this is me, because I'm not having this conversation just for everybody around the world and me pointing fingers at everybody. I'm pointing at myself, right? You don't have to be right. Even though you're right, you don't have to verbally be right with everybody. You don't have to talk and assert your presence in certain conversations. Just chill. Just chill. And the thing about selfish ambition, this is what I saw. They chase attention. They chase attention. Like they really chase attention. Like they do anything, not only just to seek attention and to manipulate their way around things and to get things in their favor, right? They love that. But when you're running your lane, when you're operating in your purpose, man, you don't have to seek attention. It comes towards you. You don't have to do certain things. It's attractive. It's coming. God gonna lay opportunity in your way. You don't have to lie, cheat, steal. You don't have to humiliate yourself. Listen, it's another thing. I remember, I remember something that I was dealing with, And the Lord, like, I was praying about this situation. I didn't get this until 20 years later. I remember I was in my 20s and I was going to humiliate myself. I was, in order to establish certain connections. Be it transparent. I was going to humiliate myself, right? And I thought that by doing this, I would have connections. I would be elevated to a certain position. I wouldn't have to worry about money. I wouldn't have to worry about certain things, right? I have more girls, I have more women, all of that, right? And I didn't get this until 20 years later, until the position I ended up working in, right? Working in this position was a leadership position. It was a leadership role, and the connections that I gained from just running my lane, doing what I do, right? Just doing whatever I'm supposed to do, keeping my head down, being cool, treating people with respect, all of this. And I'm talking to CEO, I'm talking to a couple CEOs, I'm talking to some leaders and all these things. And I remember sitting down and reflecting and saying, wow, man, I'm in this seat. And when I'm sitting there thinking about all of this, it took me to back when I was about to humiliate myself, when I was in my 20s, in order to get a seat like this. And I was like, yo, I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to do that. The Lord showed me, like, you don't have to do that. Whatever I have for you is for you. So quit relying on your toxic traits and selfish ambition to get you to a place when God already has this plan in store for you when you run your lane and you operate in your purpose. Just operate in your purpose. And I'm sitting there like just wild and dumbfounded because I thought that I had to connect with these certain people, that I had to do, ride out with these certain people and do certain things, right? To be a successful person. Some people won't tell you that part of them. They won't tell you that truth. I don't mind telling it. Why? Because I know what God can do for you when you say, hey, it's me. I'm the one that's toxic. I need your help. I need to be cleaned up. And then he show you who you're supposed to be. And then he puts you in position to run your race and run in your purpose, and being content with your purpose, you take off. Take off. And the problem with you taking off is that toxic people, controlling people, they'll be upset. They'll be pissed off. Excuse my English. They'll be hot. They'll be hot with you. Why? Because they can't manipulate you. They can't control you. Why? Because you know who you are. All this is about identity and knowing who you are, man. If you know that you're toxic, get help. You don't know. Listen, how you know you toxic? I can give you some signs. All right? Something you can check yourself. Listen, are you dishonest? Are you manipulative? Do you like to lie? Do you love lying? Do you like to gaslight people? Hot button word. Are you constantly negative? Are you always criticizing somebody and what they're doing? They're not doing this right. Are you manipulative? Do you love gossiping? Hey, listen. Do you share a victim mentality? Are you envious? Are you jealous? I think you are sometimes. I really do. I really do. Do you give insincere apologies? Do you lack accountability, and are you selfish? Or do you throw guilt trips like little darts? Well, you ain't gonna do that for me today, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna do that for me. Listen, if it's you, say it's me and get some help. Flat out. We be bugging, man. We be bugging. We do not want to keep it 1,000. We do not want to keep it a buck and be like, it's me. I'm toxic. I'm toxic. Listen, I want to know before we go. Go ahead, put in the comments. I'm looking for these comments to come in. I'm not seeing no comments about am I toxic, and it's real quiet about here. It's real quiet out here. Why? Because somebody don't want to say it's them. Some of us don't want to say it's me. I'm being toxic. Yeah, we don't want to say that. We don't want to talk about it. Listen, man, I just hope that everybody has had a good time. And I know the first part of this, you got to forgive me for the actual technical difficulties, but we're able to come back, and I may come back finish up this topic. But for now, I gotta go. You already know this has been Social Remedy TV. Peace, love, and we out. All right.